And I think we'll start with kind of one of the more exciting projects, which is Fallout. We got to use stYpe hardware for Fallout, which was a really, really impressive project. One thing that made it really special was that it was shooting on celluloid film. Most of the time we're dealing with digital cameras, right? We can gen lock digital cameras, we can synchronize those things, we can scale those things to a variety of different use cases. And being able to use stYpe hardware on a cinematic camera was, for us, I think, a first. And we've seen that occasionally in other productions, but never at the scale that we had to do for Fallout, which was 3 cameras tracked in a massive volume on a really large scale with very little room for error.
RedSpy was a great solution. It was very easy to move around on the rig, recalibrate. Like, all we needed was just an Israeli arm, if you're familiar with that piece of camera hardware, to attach it to the AOIN film camera. And yeah, it worked great. So, it would get bumped sometimes. That's inevitable during a shoot, and it's okay. You just realign it, you just remeasure it. It takes 2 minutes to recalibrate.
One of those really kind of special things was using not just the RedSpy hardware for the camera tracking, but also follower.
One cool thing about follower is you can turn any object into a tracked object. And that's exactly what we did at Fallout. The Fallout LED volume was 24K resolution, huge wall ceiling, and also had 6 movable LED carts. And we turned each of those LED carts into a tracked object. We took follower beacons that are part of the kit it comes with. And we recalibrated the system, and we were able to push those LED carts through the LED volume, and the content was displayed on the movable carts as a continuation of the content being displayed on the backdrop, on the LED volume behind the LED carts. If you've watched at least one episode of the show, you probably noticed the helicopter that they're flying in around a lot. We turned that whole helicopter prop into a tracked object. If you see in the bottom right, the very bottom right of that slide, that was a little custom machining job. We went to Home Depot. You see the follower beacons are kind of peeking out over the top, the white beacons. So we took those antennas and we stuck them on the top of the helicopter, and this allowed the camera frustum, the tracked camera frustum on the LED backdrop, to turn in tandem with the way the helicopter was facing. If the camera was like shooting through the door cavity, the track frustum would be behind. Also, there was a secondary benefit to this. If you've ever been on a virtual production shoot, you'll notice sometimes they put they call it the genius bar, the brain bar, video village, whatever you want to call it. They tuck it away, far away from the stage. And having this tracked object and tracked LED carts, all trackable objects in the follower system, allowed us to get a sense of the spatial position of where all these elements were in relation to each other, even though we were tucked so far behind on the stage we couldn't physically see them in our line of sight.
Props to the Fuse team for being incredible hardware and technical partners along with us, and props to the Magnobus team for creating some really impressive sets. It was truly a team effort, and at the core is always kind of stYpe on providing some of the most important, reliable tracking data.